I've been all around the world.
It's only $31.
Jeez, you put that must-have
Every
back.
city, every place. Always been a restless girl. But now there's a wind of change. I've never ever felt this way. Longing for you, pick up the phone.
Hello, Mouse Diva fans, and welcome to another Walt Disney World vacation haul vlog. So this vacation was taken February 2018, and we went specifically for the Arts Festival at Epcot. It is the second one they've ever had. I missed the first one. I was determined I was not going to miss this one, and only booked it a week before going. I've never booked a trip that close to traveling time. Lakeland and I, my son Lakeland and I, went on this trip. And if you saw one of the Character Warehouse vlogs that came before this one, you'll notice that I am wearing my new North Carolina American Adventure shirt from the Character Warehouse. So anyway, let's get right down to it. No particular order. I'm just grabbing bags. I will tell you that while we were there, we did, the very first night, we did the animation class that they were offering at the festival center. And I drew coffee. I could deal with that. It was really neat. We actually stayed for 2 classes. Let me show you Lakeland's Goofy. He's not happy with it, but he's 13. He did just fine. It was really fun. Definitely one of my favorite festivals now. Very first thing I bought was the Jim Shore Japan figurine. The It's a Small World figurine. If you'll notice if you saw one of my previous vlogs sometime last year, I actually bought the Jim Shore stand. It plays, it's a small music when you actually put these figures on the base. And, oh, I forgot it's taped. I'll have to show you that later. But anyway, I already had 3 of them. I need 3 more, and Japan was one of them. I also need to get America, and I need to get Mexico, and then the collection is complete. The haul vlog from January 2018. You will know that my husband and I started our Starbucks You Are Here mugs. We had not gotten the Magic Kingdom mug because the line was crazy. It's like, we're not waiting in that. So Lakeland and I had a much shorter line. So we now have the Magic Kingdom Starbucks mug. And if you remember from that vlog, we were also missing Epcot. And that is because the line was also crazy long. But again, the lines were much shorter. And there we go. So now we have all 4 parks. This is funny. This little bag is actually the last thing I bought, and I actually bought it at our resort right before we left. I have been eyeing these trading pins. There's actually a set. They're like the Haunted Mansion stretching portraits, but they're the Nightmare Before Christmas. Just had to go ahead and break down and get these guys. And I also, so happy to find these earrings. I had seen these previously in the parks, but the navy ones, and I didn't want the navy ones. I wanted the black ones, and I couldn't find them. And when I wasn't looking for them, of course, the resort actually had like this whole row of empty space, and then there was 2 sitting there. So I finally got these earrings, and they're only $9.99. Okay, this is Creative Juices blowing here. I am a repurposer. I do some mixed media art. I repurpose things, and basically it's not just art that I do that. I kind of do that in my daily life. And for as long as I can remember, I always take like envelopes that may have came in, and I don't throw the envelopes away. I actually use them as my jot down paper. And after so many years of having tons of pieces of envelope and pieces of paper around the computer, around the house, in my car, in my purse, losing them in my planner, losing them half the time, losing my notes, I finally said, I'm going to do something about it. And I said it when I saw this. So these are the new autograph books. You've seen the navy ones, and they're fine. But when I saw this, these spoke to me, and I really like this design. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is perfect. I'm not using this as an autograph book. I am using this for my daily notes. They're just going to be written in here. I've already started, but there's nothing on this page. How could I have started? Because I bought 3 of them. I thought, I'm going to buy me enough to last a little while in case they sell out. I want them all to be the same. And this way, I just jot down the dates that I start and end. And because some of the notes I need months from now, and this way they're always in one place. The one I'm using right now already has a pen attached, and that way I'm not looking for papers all over the house. Again, it is in one spot. And again, I love this design. So there we go. Yes, I bought 3. My whole purpose Arts Festival, I knew going in that I was going to come out with an Arts Festival t-shirt, and I did. So this is the annual pass holder t-shirt, and look at that. I love the sleeve. Figment, the year. I'm so upset I missed last year, but unfortunately with my major surgery that I was having in April, we just couldn't, an added expense of going to Disney in February just wasn't going to work because insurance only paid so much of that surgery. So that's why I could not go last year. But I will definitely make a point to go from now on. So this is $27.99. And again, I will state only one time that, of course, everything I bought was an annual pass holder discount. I really like the design on this t-shirt. I ended up getting the rose gold jersey shirts. Now, they had sold out of these, and people were like, oh my gosh, they're never, when are they going to come back out? I mean, they were really in high demand, and we just happened to be in the Emporium when they pulled out a rack of these things. Like, they didn't even put them on a shelf, like on a rack. They kept the like temporary, the movable rack, put it actually in kind of a little hallway between 2 sections of the store, and man, women were just bam there. And I thought, you know, I actually really kind of like this. Now, granted, the shirt, you know, this is kind of a goldish, to me actually it's more copperish, but the shirt to me is actually more peachish. But I finally broke down and got one. I love the style. I love the jersey shirts. They're not cheap. They are really, I almost sit there and go, I can't believe I paid this much. And even Lakeland was like, you're paying that much for a shirt? But they're $59.99. But they're thick, they seem durable, and I like big. I don't have a lot of long sleeves that are like big and bulky, and these are big and bulky, so they're so comfortable. Let's get on to, let's see what we have here. We did the paint by number mural, and that is where you could go up, get a little sponge brush, a little thing of paint. They would tell you what number to paint and how many squares, and you'd go up there and paint, and when you're done, you would get the little postcard of what you were painting. This is actually not the entire mural. Actually, on this end of the mural, there's actually like fish, so it's actually not the entire mural. Before this, at one time they had like different figment faces, and then they had a monorail, so each week they change it. So this was our cards that we got for painting on the mural. And we went by the American Pavilion and got our annual pass holder piece of artwork. It is embossed. There you go. You can see it right there. Of Belle. I think it is just beautiful. So we're obviously going to frame them. Because of course Lakeland got one too. We're going to frame one. He's not real apt about putting that in his room for some reason. So I would probably put another one in a scrapbook. So the festival, I guess each year is going to pick like one artist piece of work. And it was kind of going to be the signature poster. Kind of like if you saw the haul vlog, you saw the Epcot Food and Wine Figment poster that I had bought. So the poster this year was by artist Greg McCullough. McCullough? Yeah. Anyway, and this is what the poster, I'm sorry with the lighting, there we go, looked like. But I actually got a print. And he was actually there the day we were there and got him to sign right here. I love this print. He had the original up there. It's huge, and there are 35 hidden Mickeys. I think I'm doing this right. There's five. The five are actually hidden in here somewhere, and then there's probably about 20 other little objects hidden in here. And the reason I knew about it is right away in the big one. I don't think you're going to be able to see it here, but I saw the flower in the pail, and that is to honor the Flower and Garden Festival. So I asked him about it, and that's when he told us all the others were hidden in here. So actually when we got back to the room that night and I was taking my shower, Lakeland was in here looking for all the items. So this will be framed. This was the one disappointment, $49.95, and this booth did not honor the annual pass holder discount, which was a little disappointing. I can't wait to frame that. While you're there, they had the Arts Festival booklets, and of course you put your stickers in. They have the art walk, but this is, out of everything we got, this right here is the priceless item. And the reason I say it's priceless is because we went up and talked to Don Ducky Williams, who has been with Disney 37 years, I believe. He's almost like, kind of like this legend. And I was just talking to him about art and all sorts of things. And I thought, oh, I want to get a signature. So I just pulled out the book. We had just gotten it there. We hadn't used it. Nothing. It was a blank book. And since he was across from the Canada Pavilion, I just happened to open it right up. And the first page in the back was the Canada Pavilion. And what they have is they have these little sections right here. And you would go and you would take a pencil and do like an imprint. You would take the pencil and rub it up against the wood block. In each country, you would find it. And that's what these sections were for. So, you know, I was just going to get him to get me a autograph. And guess what? I'm getting chills. He sketched this for me. We were sitting there just talking, and as we're talking, he sketched Donald. And I was blown away that we didn't buy any of his art that was there, but he drew this for us. And I'm just, I'm getting chills. Just totally blown away. Talked to him for so long. He didn't rush with us. And I'm going to frame this. We got an original drawing from Don Ducky Williams. And we didn't put it on the back. You know, we didn't buy a print or anything. And I'm floored. I'm speechless. I have no words. Okay, so we have some moisturizer oil. They have a booth there. Oh, I forgot what it was called. Okay, rinse. Oh, I forgot what the booth is called. But anyway, they were there during the festival of the holidays. And I was talking to the woman there, and she had mentioned something about, because I asked her, what about acne? Because my one daughter has some acne, and she recommended this. So I had bought this and gave it to my daughter for Christmas. And it has been helping her face. She really liked it. So her birthday is coming up. It is, as a matter of fact, this Thursday, February 8th. And I went ahead and got some more while I was there to give it to her for her birthday. So it's $16.99. And at the booth, you do get the pass holder discount. And they have all sorts of natural soaps, natural oils. If you saw another previous haul vlog, I had gotten the natural dog shampoo for Disney, our dog. So I was just glad they were back. And I was able to get her something for her birthday. The artists there were incredible. Almost everyone we talked to just gave us an an exceptional amount of their time. I'm just really floored by the artist. Now, Greg here, he didn't really give as much time as the others, but I'm just blown away on these artists and how they were willing to talk to you and what they were willing to talk to you about. But one of the first ones we ran into was VizArt, which is Greg. I am not going to pronounce his last name correctly, so I'm just going to show you the back here. So Lakeland loved one of his prints, but of course he couldn't afford a large print, so he was able to get one of the postcards. And so Greg autographed right here for him, and then on the back he wrote to Lakeland and autographed it again. And if you look very closely, there are hidden things in his doodles. And he's been doodling since he was 15. He only uses gel pens. He talked so long and impressed Lakeland so much that when we got home, Lakeland had to buy gel pens. And he's been doodling. So I'm going to frame this for him and put this in his room. So we stopped by the Thomas Kincaid booth. And of course, Thomas Kincaid has passed away, 2012, I believe. But, you know, he still has other artists. But Dirk Wunderlich works for, he does kind of did some of the Disney stuff for Thomas Kincaid Studios. And he was actually there. And I fell in love with this canvas right here. And these canvases were only, I think they were 50. And then I got the pass holder discount. And, or were they 40 in a pass holder discount? Now, I can't remember, 40 or 50. And the reason I liked this one is because Disney didn't pop in your face. Yes, Snow White is there, but if you didn't know who Snow White was, you wouldn't even know this was Disney related. I just love this print. And it's actually going to be a Valentine's Day present for Mr. Mouse Diva, just because it has the rabbit, the deer, and because of one other thing. Look closely. You see this? I was talking about my husband, and he drew a Dale, and this is not something he normally draws. Like he went and like looked him up on his phone to just get it in his head real quick on what he looked like, and he signed it. And he did that for Mr. Mouse Diva. So he will be very surprised when he sees this on Valentine's Day. So we had stood in line, got it signed, talked to Dirk. Oh my gosh, he was wonderful. He gave me a big hug afterward. We had left, walked away, didn't get too far, and Lakeland was like, I really like that Peter Pan canvas. And he decided he wanted one, and he wanted to get it signed. And this is what Lakeland chose. Oh, that's what happened. So he actually liked a different Peter Pan print better, and so did I. It wasn't a forest one. It was more of flying over the city. But Tinkerbell was really large, and as Lakeland said, Tinkerbell was in his face. So he chose this one because Tinkerbell was not in his face. And he did like the whole ship in the background. But he stood in line and got his signed. And this is an interesting story on this Eeyore. So you guys know that Lakeland loves Eeyore. And Mr. Wunderlich had like just some copies, some papers of different Disney characters. And the one that happened to be on top was Eeyore. And Lakeland saw that and was immediately like, oh, Eeyore. And Mr. Wunderlich was like, oh, you want me to draw Eeyore for you? So on the back, he drew Eeyore. I just really, really impressed with the personality of this artist. Another artist that we ran into, and we didn't actually buy anything, but I'm waiting for the print that he was working on a canvas. It's called Trader Goofy. And I could tell that I'm really going to like that piece of art. So when that comes out on print, I will probably definitely buy that. And that is Doug Bali. We talked to him for a long time. Very personal guy. Was just willing to take his time with everybody that came by. And I didn't really know his, like, you know, you saw his Disney prints and you saw his Disney art there. And if you weren't here with all the disruptions, how long would it probably take you to do something like this?
What's very ironic is I actually get more done out here.
What?
I actually do.
I got home, and because each one of these artists, because there was even more, I researched their background because I wanted to know more about the artist's background. And wow, this guy, like, he did some stuff for Bass Pro Shops. He's really talented when it comes to, like, nature scenes. Anyway, Doug Bali. Oh, there was another artist. He was not there. Rob Katz, and it's K-A-Z. Look him up on Instagram. Fell in love with his dog. It's not Disney related, but his dog prints, his dog art. Fell in love with them. And I was really hoping to be able to meet him, but he actually was not going to be at Epcot until the day after we left. And I almost stayed an extra day. If Lakeland wouldn't have been sick, I may have stayed an extra day just to be able to get that framed print and get him to sign it. But he's a very talented artist too. I know I'm rambling on. This is supposed to be a haul and I'm talking about the artist, but that was why we went. This was the art festival, and I knew going in that I was coming out with some art. I wish I could have got some other art. There's just so many to choose from. Okay, and then we bought the Disney Figments brush with the Masters. It's the Scavenger Hunt, and these are a little bit more expensive than some of the others have been in the past. This is $8.99. They've had $5.95 ones and $6.95 ones. You know, different festivals, different times of the year. But what you do is you go around and you find the figment paintings. They're actual, like the Mona Lisa would be somewhere, and figment would be hidden in the portrait somewhere. And you find which countries. So we did one, and you choose one of the 4 trading pins. And this is the one we chose. I love the whole easel, Spaceship Earth, and I'm glad we chose him when we did, because 2 days later we went back and bought another one, which I didn't even like put the things on because I wanted another pin. They were already out of these. And so our second choice was this one. So we got 2 out of the 4 pins. And of course, I won't trade these. But these were just really, really adorable. So that is our Arts Festival February 2018 haul. So we check in February 28th, the first day of the Flower and Garden Festival. Totally excited about that. So that will end up being the next haul you see is from that trip. We'll be there February 28th through March 4th. I hope you subscribe and hit that bell notification, because you never know when the Mouse Diva is going to post something. I don't post on a regular schedule, and you never know what I'm going to post next. There's just no telling. Anyway, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you ever see me walking around at the parks, please come up and say hello. See you at the parks. Here we go. So now I have 4 out of the 6.
I've been all over